So before we get heavy into T SQL syntax, there's a few points about T SQL I want to introduce. First off, how you comment SQL code. And you've probably seen this throughout the scripts so far, but now I want to explicitly identify how we comment code. So the ANSI style commenting of code is simply to make two dashes and anything beyond it is commented. And one of the nice things about T SQL code is that spaces and comments and returns don't matter like they do in other languages. So we don't have to do any weird tricks to continue a statement to the next line because line returns simply don't matter for SQL Server. So in this quick example for comments, I'm using a comment just in the middle of a select statement to identify parts of the select statement, saying this part selects the column, source table, row restriction. And that's an ANSI style comment. You can also use C style comments, which uses slash asterisk or an asterisk slash, and then everything in the middle is commented. One quick note, a batch terminator, the word go, is actually handled by the front end, by Management Studio, and not by SQL Server. So placing a go, even in the middle of a comment, will still be seen by SQL Server if it's all by itself at the beginning of a line. And then a real sore topic with SQL Server developers, and that is debugging SQL Server. In SQL Server 2005, there is a stored procedure debugger built into Visual Studio, but not into the SQL Server Management Studio. And I admit, it's a real sore spot, the fact that they give the .NET developers the ability to debug stored procedures, but they don't give us a debugger. But maybe they're just thinking that we write code so good we don't need a debugger. I don't know. So, to put some debug commands in, you can always say select to return some type of variable, or you can use the print command. And the print command will send a message to the messages pane inside of the result window. And then you want to remove these before the code goes into production. Another debugging style command is the wait for delay. And that way you can just go ahead and put in a slight pause into your procedures or into your batches. And sometimes the code runs so fast you have to put a pause in there to see what is happening, especially when you're debugging transactions. So in this example, we're going to say print, and I'll open the result pane again, scroll it up. We'll print beginning, wait 2 seconds, and we'll print done.